Hello, my dear students. This is Accounting 1. I'm Miss Tania Poveda. Remember, as always, save this information on your computer or your cell phone or tablet, or you print it so you can have it with you and check it whenever you need. It's very important you save it and you study this not only for now, but forever, because it's really important information and it is about things that you're going to use in the future when you're looking for a job, or even better, when you have your own business and you're creating jobs for other people. Okay? So don't forget this advice, because today, actually, we're going to study something that we heard before. Maybe we use them very often, but this is about jobs. What skills and qualifications do you need for what kind of jobs? So it's very important to distinguish that you can be very smart, you can be very good at mathematics, at language, at science, at different things, but there's always something that you are better at, something that it's like your skill. For example, some students are really good maybe at mathematics, so they have really good skills with numbers. Some students are really good maybe at dancing. Other students are better learning languages or doing experiments and things like that. But before we start, let's study or let's read what's exactly the difference between skills and between qualifications. So when talking about skills, we're talking about personal skills. It means each person has their different skills and they are unique. Each person is different from other, not only because of the personality and because of the DNA, but also because of the skills. So what are skills? Here we have three definitions. They are abilities we are born with, and this is actually the most important characteristic. You are born with. Then we have natural talents. Does it happen to you that you know to dance since you are a child? Or the opposite, it's like you can't dance at all since you are a child, so you are not skilled at dancing. That's a natural talent. Other children, they're really good at painting since they're babies, or speaking, or things that you realize since you are a child, since you were born. And finally, things that we develop through our experiences and deliberate practice. So let's say that you are, for example, really good at sports, maybe at swimming. Okay, so you swim and you're really good at it. But then you develop this, you make it better, and then you become a professional swimmer. So that's what we mean when we say about things we develop through our experiences or practice. So these are skills. This is actually my favorite part because here we can distinguish like hard skills versus soft skills. Let's start with the blue chart on the left. Here on the left, talking about hard skills, we're talking about skills that we can learn, skills that we can present, knowledge and qualifications. And pay attention here because later we're going to talk about qualifications and we will know exactly what they are. Okay, so basically on the blue chart, talking about the hard skills, we're talking about when we study something, when we learn something. Okay, something you acquire. For example, language knowledge, like English, French, Japanese, any other language that you learn. Degrees, certificates, diplomas, that kind of things that you get while studying. Accounting, what you're actually studying right now. You didn't born knowing accounting, you are learning. Typing techniques, typing with all your fingers on a computer and not only two. How did you do that? Practicing. Machine operation, programming languages, software knowledge, etc. So everything that is connected to learning, everything that you acquire while practicing or during time, you call hard skills. Got it? Now let's go to the right, the green chart. So we have the opposite, soft skills. Soft skills are character traits, personal and interpersonal relationships, or skills. So the ability you have to communicate with other people. For example, examples of soft skills: communication skills, how good you are at talking to people or writing or texting to people. Flexibility, so you're open to change your mind, you're open to see things in a different way. Self-discipline, self-reflection, which means that you don't need someone there controlling or telling you what to do, because you know what is good and what is wrong, and then you take the right decision. So you're self-disciplined. You have self-discipline. Teamwork. We study this in entrepreneurship, so you probably know very well. The ability of working with other people to get at the same goal, a common goal, doing your function, not necessarily being the leader, but being part of the team, or the performer, like we studied in entrepreneurship. How good you are managing time. So time management. Are you on time all the time, or you are late all the time? You take the exactly time you need, or you take more than that? You do things like too fast or too slow? Empathy. I love that word, empathy. It's basically to understand the feelings of other people. So when someone is suffering, someone is having a hard time, you have empathy for this person because you can understand how bad this person feels. And you do something to help this person. The ability to take criticism. Does it happen to you when someone tells you something to be a better person, you take it wrong? Like you don't feel comfortable and you are like, oh, this is again telling me what to do, what not to do. Or maybe you the opposite. It's like you listen and you accept that it is for good, and then you change your mind. Of course, if it's not good for you, you're not going to take that advice. But that's the ability to take criticism. Okay, so with this we finish about skills. Now, what is a qualification? Well, qualification, let's talk about the word qualification. It's talking about qualities. The definition of qualification is that it is a package of competencies describing a particular function or job role existing in an economic sector. It covers the work activities required to undertake a particular job role. In other words, when they need a person in a specific role, in a specific job in a company, they're going to tell you, we need this kind of people with these qualifications. And they're going to tell you maybe high qualifications or high skills, like really skilled. Like if you want to be a pilot, right? If you are going to be a pilot, you will need to study a lot of mathematics, physics, languages. So it requires like a very high qualification. Or maybe if you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a teacher, you want to be an architect, you need qualifications, you need like skills, you need to be skilled. Maybe not highly like brain surgeon, or not like a a pilot or like an astronaut, but you need a lot of skills. So in other words, it's the profile of employee the company or the organization needs. It's the profile. They need a person for this job, and they are going to tell you, we need a person with these qualities, with these qualifications. Got it? Okay, so I'm going to repeat a little bit. When talking about skills, we're talking about talents, abilities of people. And when talking about qualifications, we're talking about the qualities that a company or an organization requires for a job. You got it? Yes? Okay, because now we're going to work on this. This information is in your booklet. So if you have the booklet, go for it and read with me. You are going to have a homework about this. You are going to receive this on Educai, but you don't need to do it in the PowerPoint presentation. If you have the booklet, you can complete it there, take a picture and upload the picture. It's okay. You don't need to do both, okay? You don't need to do it here and then your booklet too. No, you choose. If you don't have the booklet, do it just here in the PowerPoint presentation. If you do, you choose PowerPoint presentation or picture to the booklet. That's up to you. Okay, when talking about education and training, let's start with the red chart here on the left, on the bottom, under the picture. In American English, you also say that someone graduates from high school. Graduates. So in 2 years, when you finish school, you can say that you graduated from high school. And this is pretty much similar in United States and in Ecuador, the school that people usually leave when they are 18. So you in 2 years. While here talking about Margareta, the trouble with graduates, people who've just left university, is that their paper qualifications, you know what paper qualifications are good, but they have no work experience. They just don't know how business works. So they have the qualifications, but they don't have the experience. So Niels says I disagree. Education should teach people how to think, not prepare them for a particular job. One of last year's recruits had graduated from Oxford in philosophy, and she's doing very well. Okay, so he has a different opinion. He says that they don't need to teach you like what to do, but to think. I actually agree with that. So Margareta says philosophy is an interesting subject, but for our company, it's more useful if you train as a scientist and qualify as a biologist or chemist. Training for a specific job is better. So she's more like into, you need training, you need this, like, okay. So Niels says, yes, but we don't just need scientists, we also need good managers, which we can achieve through in-house training courses within the company. You know, we have put a lot of money into management development and management training because they are very important. You need to have some management experience for that. It's not the sort of thing you can learn when you are 20. In my opinion, this is my opinion. I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but I agree with Niels. Like, you can study something at university, and this is going to help you to understand things, but this doesn't have to be the only way to do things. You must be able to take decisions and be a manager or manage your department in the best way you can, because you know to think. Not only memorize things at university, but also you learn how to take decisions. And this is something you learn on time too, with experiences, reading, studying, practicing, etc. So this is a homework about this reading. We are not going to do that right now. This is going to be your homework, but I'm going to explain it very shortly so you don't get bored. Okay, so basically you have to correct the sentences about Ravi. Ravi is this guy here in the picture. Using words from A opposite. This is A opposite. So you read this and then you have bold words. So darker here, more black than the others. And then it's one word is wrong in each item and you correct. So here you have the spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces for 6 answers. So you write your answer here and send this back to me. This is one homework. Now, section B. Skilled and unskilled people. Do you remember I just told you about the pilots? Yeah, right. So if you want to pilot a plane, obviously, you will need some skills, probably like extremely well prepared. A lot of lives are going to be in your hands and a huge ship. So make sure that you are very well skilled. So here we have again the definition, like a skill is the ability to do something well, especially because you have learned how to do it and practiced it. Jobs and the people who do them can be described as highly skilled. Example, car designer, someone who knows about security, about physics, mathematics, etc. It can be skilled, like production manager, like an architect, like a teacher, like lawyers, you know, most careers, professional careers. Semi-skilled, you need to know something, be good enough at it. For example, here it says a taxi driver. Or probably you can be unskilled. So it's kind of job that they don't need skilled people, but it's okay, they can be unskilled. For example, car cleaner, maybe janitors, maybe house cleaners, etc. That's a type of skills that can be required at a job. Remember, we are talking about skills and qualifications. Here we have some examples how to use the expression skilled at or skilled in. So you can say like skilled at noun, like mathematics. I'm skilled at mathematics. Or I'm skilled at selling. I'm skilled at electronics. I'm skilled at computer software. Or you can say I'm skilled in computer software. I'm skilled in swimming. I'm skilled in communicating, etc. So here we have some good combinations with the word skilled at or skilled in. You can also say that someone is good with computers or good with figures or good with people. And when talking about subjects, for example, you can also say good at. Good at mathematics, good at literature, good at social studies, good at speaking, good at English, etc. Okay, one more time, this is going to be your homework. This is going to be the second part. And this is kind of, you need to consider what I just told you about this part here, highly skilled, skilled, semi-skilled, or unskilled. So understanding these expressions, read these 8 jobs and decide and choose the best answer. So to be a teacher, you need to be like highly skilled. I am highly skilled, I know, but probably you don't require to be that high. I'm kidding. Or skillet, or semi-skillet, or unskilled. So read these 8 professions, jobs, and here on these spaces, write what kind of skills you need for each job. Got it? So, teacher, you probably know the answer already. What about a brain surgeon? Someone who's going to have to put his hands on your brain. It's going to open your head and work on your brain. Definitely highly skilled, right? Okay, so I help you with number 1 and 2. Then you keep going with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so we know that to be a teacher, you need skills. So you need to be skilled. Number 1, skilled. Number 2, highly skilled. You complete the others, okay? Well, so we are talking about accounting and we're talking about skills and qualifications about companies, etc. So, but what are the skills that employers really want? Any idea? Okay, let's watch this video. It's talking about the 10 top skills that employers want. And we're talking about big companies here. So consider those skills. Consider and work on those. If you have them, work on them. If you don't, try to get them. And plus your own skills, of course. You don't need to do exactly what they say here. You have your own skills, so use them on your favor. So let's watch this video. Pay attention to those skills. It's really interesting. And more important than memorizing or use them for a homework or an exam or something like that, you keep them in your head and in your heart for you in the future when you want to apply for a job. So let's listen and watch.
Based on a number of surveys on the skills required by graduates undertaken by Microsoft, Target Jobs, the BBC, Prospects, and other organizations, here's a summary of skills which were most often deemed important. Ability to express your ideas clearly and confidently in speech. Work confidently within a group of people. Understand the commercial realities affecting your organization. Gather information systematically to establish facts and principles, basically problem solving. Ability to act on initiatives, identify opportunities, and proactive in putting forward ideas and solutions. Determination to get things done, making things happen, and constantly looking for better ways of doing things. Ability to express yourself clearly in writing. Ability to plan activities and carry them through effectively. Adapt successfully to changing situations and environments. Manage time efficiently, prioritizing tasks and ability to work to deadlines. Other skills were also seen as important. For example, global skills, able to speak and understand other languages and appreciation of other cultures. Negotiation and persuading, ability to influence and convince others to discuss and reach agreements. Leadership, able to motivate and direct others. Numeracy, multiply and divide accurately, calculate percentages, use statistics and calculators, interpret graphs and tables. Word processing, using databases, spreadsheets, and internet and email and designing web pages, etc. Awareness of achievements, abilities, values, and weakness, and what you want out of it. Presents a strong, professional, positive image to others, which inspires the confidence and commands respect. able to decide what steps are needed to achieve a particular goal and then implement those steps as well. Determine the best course of action. Evaluate options based on the logic and facts and present the solutions accordingly. Generate and apply new ideas and solutions. So guys, there is one more thing, independence, which means that people are independent in their tasks and they don't have to be followed up. Rather, they are independently undertaking their tasks and meeting the finish lines. So guys,
Okay, so that's it about the top 10 skills that employers want. But as you saw in the video, they show you more than 10. I mean, they mentioned the 10 most common ones, most wanted ones, plus others. So probably you were thinking like, oh, I'm like that, or I am not like that. Okay, so now that you know what companies want, you can start working on improving your own skills or working on some weaknesses and become them into your skills. So this is the last part of the class, the right person. I decided to do this after the video because I want you to know what companies want. And also because they need people working for them, they need to design a profile or they need to work on a profile about the characteristics or the qualifications the person they need must have. So here we have some words that are often used in job advertisements. So next time you apply for a job and you read the advertisement, you can find any of these words, maybe all of them, maybe few. So what are companies looking for? People maybe self-starters, proactive, self-motivated, or self-driven. In other words, good at working on their own. It means they don't need a boss or a supervisor checking on them. They can do it by themselves. They can take decisions, being proactive. I love the word, proactive. So it's not that you stay there like, oh, I don't know what to do. They didn't tell me what to do. No. You know you can do something, you do it. If you don't know, you ask and then you do it. What else companies look for? Methodical, systematic, and organized. People that can work in a planned, orderly way. So organized people that plan, not improvising at the moment like, oh, okay, today I'm going to do a business. No, you organize it. Computer skills or computer literate, it's that you're good at computers. You saw in the video computing skills or computer skills. Numerate, good with numbers, so you can make calculations really fast. This is especially good when you're working on sales or in a buying and selling department, or you that are studying accounting, you are probably good at numbers. So this one can be one of your best skills. Work on that. Motivated. Nobody wants someone sad and lazy in a company doing nothing. No, you need people motivated to work, motivated to do things better, very keen to do well in their job. So someone who wants to be part of the team. Just like in the video we saw in entrepreneurship about the card. Talented or skilled. Naturally very good at what they do. Probably you are good at speaking. Okay, that's your skill. You're a talented person. Probably you are good at computers. That's great. And finally, team players. People who work well with other people. Yes, so you are part of the team. You are not against the team. You help others to grow. You help others. You are part of the team and make it grow. So this is going to be the last part. I'm going to send this into 2 homework, okay? This is going to be homework 2, and the other 2 presentations, the previous ones, they are going to be homework 1. And that's because it's like to too many spaces to complete, so it's going to be like not too much. So remember that you have 3 presentations to be completed. 2 are going to be in one homework, and this one is going to be in a separate one. And saying this, that's it for today. Thank you very much for your attention. We've been working a lot. I hope you have a wonderful day and a nice week. See you next week. Stay safe, stay home, wash your hands, be careful, take care of yourself and take care of your family. Bye bye, guys.